Hi, welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's ricotta and spinach tarts made in the Sunbeam Pie Magic 4. I've just made a big pile of little pastry circles. I've showed you how to do that in a different video. The pie maker is switched off at the moment. We're just going to grab 4 of our little pastries, which are raw, and we're going to make our filling. Now our filling is going to be spinach, ricotta, egg, cheese, Parmesan cheese, spring onions, veggie salt and pepper. That's it. So we just chop our baby spinach, which has just been washed and dried. You don't need to chop this too finely, and you don't need to cook it and squeeze it first. If you're going to use frozen spinach, well, squeeze all the water out of this, but I like the little bit of texture that this actually gives our little tarts, and we're making a tart party. So not everybody likes sweet tarts. Here's our ricotta cheese. Put some freshly cracked pepper on that, plenty of pepper. Our vegetable salt goes in next. Our Parmesan cheese goes in next. And we're just going to mix this all around until it's well combined before we add our spinach and our egg, because we want this ricotta to be broken right down. Now you can make this in a big tart if you like. You could also make it in a muffin pan if you don't have a pie maker, but I'm going to show you how you can make so many really simple, easy, quick recipes with your pie maker. Spinach in now. Mix that all around with our spring onions, our cheese and our egg. And that's essentially it. We push our pastries in, and these will be nice and soft and tender with a gorgeous cheesy flavour. Vibrant green. You could serve this with a tomato salsa or something like that if you like. Don't be putting any flour or anything like that in it. You don't need to do it. You don't need to put breadcrumbs or anything like that. This is just cheese, spinach and egg. That's it. So we'll push these little things in. Now this is still a bit warm because I have been cooking with it, so be mindful you don't burn yourself doing this. Don't need to blind bake it first because that only takes about 8 minutes or so to cook, and that will cook the raw egg in the filling at the same time. Push it right to the edges. Okay, and we're just going to put our filling in there now and press it right down. Fill them to the top because they're not really going to rise. They're going to melt and actually sink down a bit. You can either brush the top of your pie maker with melted butter, or a much easier option is just put some baking paper over it, and it'll make doubly certain that the filling doesn't stick to the top of it and take itself off when you lift the lid. So just put some baking paper over, close the lid, give it 8 minutes, check it after 8 minutes, and you'll probably find it might need a minute or 2 after that. Okay, after a few more minutes, we've got a nice golden crust on our little tarts now, and it's time to lift them out. Have them just warm. We can have them cold. They're great to take on a picnic, pack into your school lunchbox. Very hot. And they taste amazing. Have them with some soup or something like that. A little sprinkle of paprika on there now would probably give you a little bit more colour on the top. And there you have it, Cheekyricho Cooking's Spinach and Ricotta Pie Maker Tarts.